There we go. Okay,
Yep.
so this is Arya.
Congratulations.
Arya is a nurse working for us in Saudi Arabia. So we are just going to have a chat with her about life over there and how she's finding it and what's new and what's different and challenges. So it's lovely to see you again, Arya. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's
Yeah.
lovely to see you too.
How are you getting on over in Saudi?
I'm getting on very well, I think. Of course, the first few days, they were a bit of a culture shock. Like my colleagues at work were telling me that, it's normal to be experiencing that way. It's a totally new way of working, a new way of life in here. But, I've settled in very well, I think.
And how long have you been there now?
I've been here now 6 weeks.
Okay. And what did you say were the initial challenges that you had? What did you find hard? Or different, I suppose?
The difference is that I'm used to the Western style of nursing, like we all are in the Western, and things go very smoothly. They're all well prepared steps that we need to do. So here, things are in a slowest pace in the beginning. Like I thought I would be working on the floor immediately, but I actually had a preceptor with whom I was working, so I wasn't working alone. So I found that really frustrating that I wasn't given the possibility to work on my own, even though I have a long experience as a nurse. But then when they explained it to me why I wasn't able to do that, I understood it. And after that, it was just, it went really well, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
And how long did you have that preceptor with you?
Well, she's been keeping an eye on me since actually last week. When I'm working, I can go back to her and ask if there's anything that I'm not familiar with, or the routines are different, or the way that they do is not what I'm used to doing. So it's been really good.
Yeah, good. Nice to hear you supported. And tell me, was there a GNO? What was your GNO like, your orientation?
The GNO, it was fully packed of information, and I think I can't really remember all of it from there, but now that I've had to use the information, it all comes back. It was a good experience to get the first information in those first 3 days that we were here, just in an auditorium, and talk to other people who were in the same position, and also to hear it from the professionals here. They would come and explain to us how things are done and what you need to know of different aspects of nursing in here.
And do you find it's, like you said, you'd have lots of people in that GNO and that they're all kind of in the same and you're all meeting people. Do you find a lot of them are from, where would you say that most of them are from?
Most of them in my group were from Australia, I think. And UK were a lot. Australia and UK were a lot of nurses. There were some of us from Spain, Portugal, then Northern Europe, like I'm from Finland, and then some from it's very international group.
Yeah,
like they said, there's 100 different nationalities working in the hospital. So,
really 100 different. That's crazy. And what made you go to Saudi? Why did you decide to go there?
Well, I wanted to go 3 years ago, but the COVID came, so of course that made it a stop. And then I saw your advert, and it all came back to me that I wanted to experience this culture. And of course the money was a good thing for me, and the weather. I wanted to get away from the snow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, from Finland, isn't it? It's quite cold up there. So is it really, really hot in Saudi? What's it like there today?
Today was 38, but it doesn't feel that hot because it's dry, hot here. So it's actually quite pleasant outside if you're not in the sun. But if I'm in the sun, I cover myself. I wear a hat or a scarf. So
yeah. And do you have to cover? Like, so going around as a female in Saudi Arabia, do you have to cover now? Do you have to wear the abayas and the headscarves, or is it change? What's it like now?
No, you don't need to cover yourself unless you go to mosque or places like that. But otherwise, you just need to cover your shoulders, have below your knee,
Yeah.
and not to wear very open tops, and that's all. That's quite
That's good.
acceptable.
Yeah.
But I also bought an abaya just in case I need to go places that
Yeah.
I feel like I want to cover.
Of course. And that's what you find as well sometimes, because the nationals, the Saudi nationals themselves, a lot of those females do still cover up. And sometimes you
Yeah.
feel in a place where you feel like, even though no one will ever make you cover up, but everyone else is covered. So you do feel like a bit
Yeah,
of just a little moment of respect of their culture, isn't it? And to cover up
yeah.
and to dress. And yeah, I was the same. Always had one in the bag. Always had a scarf in my bag. When we were there, I could wear the abaya, but it was open. But I always had a
Yes,
scarf
that's
in
what
my
I
bag.
have
But
as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And do you feel safe there as a single female? Because the single
I
status
do, yeah.
contract. Mm.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've never felt, awkward in any situations. I go
Mm-hmm.
out on my own. We go out with
Mm-hmm.
few friends everywhere, and never felt anything. It's
And
very
what do you
safe.
do when you're
People.
social? Is there stuff to do in your social time, in your downtime and stuff? Is there activities and social outings, or what do you do?
Um, there's lots of activities that you can join. Like this
Mm-hmm.
morning, we went out to the desert. That's organized by the social club, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been another outings. I do sports there. I go
Mm.
swimming. We have a gym downstairs. You can play tennis. You can
Yeah.
play football. So there's lots of things you can do. It's
Okay,
just up
good.
to you what you
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I suppose to take the initiative yourself and to start. I remember when I was there, you end up after your orientation, you end up joined into lots of different WhatsApp groups. So there'd be the salsa group
Yeah,
or the hiking group or the sports people group or so you
yeah,
could kind of
exactly.
pick and
Yeah,
choose what you decide you want to do. And yoga, I think, was good. And there was a girl as well. She was Australian. She used to do HIIT classes in the gym and stuff. So I used to find it really good. Yeah. And what's your
oh wow, yeah.
accommodation like?
Well, it's a kind of a like a studio, I would think. Very
Hmm.
Western. I have my own bathroom, my own little kitchenette, very
Hmm.
nice bed,
Yeah.
and I have a balcony so I can see outside,
Yeah, and is it
and
is
I
it
can see the
you
blue
on your own in the
sky.
apartment? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on my own. Yes.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
on your own, so it's like okay, so nice. So it's
Yeah.
single apartment, so that's good. And
Yeah.
what's the
This is the
work
thing. Yeah.
like? What's the work like? Is it
Um,
very different?
no, actually, it is not that different when I got into it. I thought it would be different in the beginning when I was
Yeah.
doing all the courses that protocols and things like that. But when you're actually working, nursing is the same everywhere in the
Mm.
world, I think.
Yeah.
So
Good.
clients are very nice. I haven't had a bad word of any of them. They are very polite and
Oh, nice.
yeah, so
And,
it's really good.
and do you feel like the working hours are a lot, or do you feel like you kind of get enough of a break? Because that's something we get asked a lot, on people at inquiry stages, and it's to find out, am I going to be working full time out there? Like, is it every day? Is it 7 days a week? What do you find your roster? Is it a good roster? Are you happy enough that you have enough time down?
Um, excuse me. I work 12 hours a day, so
Mm.
that is like 4 days a week. So I have 3 days off, and I
Mm.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it depends on your department where you're working, how the working
Yeah.
hours are.
Mm. Hmm.
So, but
Okay.
I think, yeah,
4 days a week is
I
okay,
like it.
actually, then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you find the paperwork to get there? Did you find it was a long process, or did you find it was reasonable?
Well, the instructions that were given to me by Profco, they
Mm.
were so easy to follow. I didn't have any problems. I just ticked from the list what I have done and
Oh,
mailed
good to
it
hear.
back. And, it went really, really easy. I
Oh,
had no
great.
problems at all.
And
Mm.
how long did your processing take in the end?
My process took 3 months,
Okay,
but,
fine.
it was Christmas time between, so that was causing some
Of
problems. And,
course.
I think it could have been done quicker, but, that was just, and then we decided to wait one more month, and, it went very quickly.
Oh, good. Okay, that's not even bad anyway. 3 months is kind of what we say to people. So, if you had
Yeah.
any advice for people thinking to move to Saudi Arabia, what would you say to them?
Um, come with open mind. Do not stress about things. Uh, just have fun.
Hmm.
I think that's it's you're working. I think you're working. You think you're working hard here, but the balance between your personal life and then work life. You got new friends here. You go out. You go see great places. I'm really enjoying. And I was thinking that it would be harder for me as a Westerner to come here, but this place is changing every day. There's new things happening, and it's more open to Western world, and it's really good.
Good.
I'm pleasantly
Glad to
surprised,
hear.
I have to say.
Yeah, I was as well. I loved it when I was there. So it's always a great place. And it's lovely to hear these great stories and testimonies from people. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Arja. Very
Welcome,
kind.
yeah.
Anything we can
Okay.
do for you from our side?
No, not at the
No.
moment, no.
If there's
Great,
anything
yeah.
that goes on or you need anything, just let us know. All right.
Okay, I will, yeah.
All
Great.
right. Thank you so much.
All right,
Have a good day. No way.
okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.